All right, we're here with Simon. We're gonna ask 3 questions. Simon, what team do you lead again?
Ohio.
Yeah, with who?
Terry Tazioli and Shelby Wilson.
Okay. All right, 3 questions here. David, go take it away.
So, Simon, what would be one meaningful thing about you that you would be open and interested in to share with us, but also with the folks who might watch this?
Sure. I would say that something that people have described me as, and I believe it's a correct assessment, is that I am very sensitive. And I think that word has weird connotations, especially if you identify as a guy. But I think that my sensitivity and my awareness about my sensitivity has allowed me to be able to interact with different types of people, have different types of conversations that people don't expect me or guys to have, but also just to be aware of things that are happening around me that I think maybe are hard to talk about, or people are unaware how to talk or approach how to talk about them. And I think it just allows me, hopefully, to always stay more compassionate about other people's struggles and the challenges that they have faced themselves.
I love that. That's good.
That's really, is that an identity characteristic that has been complicated for you to navigate, to kind of like figure out about yourself and then come to terms with?
I think so. I mean, before, like, when I was a kid growing up, I would get really bad haircuts and I would always cry because I knew how bad they looked. But I would cry, and I thought that was like sensitivity, being like you're just emotionally reacting to something that you could technically get over. But I think over time it allowed me to see and recognize that feeling a certain way, those experiences are my own and they're very valid, and the way that I process is because I believe that something does not make me feel good, does not make other people feel good. And so I think as I've grown up, it's been a word that I've understood how it is a strength of mine, and how I've been able to tap into, especially when people don't show sensitivity or awareness about things.
Yeah, it's like empathy is another word for it. That's a strength for sure. Okay, second question.
I just want to say that I've used, I think, the word thoughtful. Really, really thoughtful. It's really a great strength of yours, Simon.
Thank you.
The people we're talking to on this trip, some are team leads, some are volunteers, some are partner orgs, okay? And so they all kind of like have different experiences with parts of the elephant that is Common Power, right? So what's a thing that you've noticed, learned, experienced about Common Power that is meaningful?
I think that, it's a lot of folks don't know, including myself, don't have this type of experience working directly in civic engagement, don't know how to, help with a campaign, don't know a lot of the things that people go to school for and they have years of experience doing. But I really do think that, bringing in your skills, whatever they may be, if it's writing emails, if it's, just communicating with people, if you're good at just talking to anyone, that is such a magnificent gift. And I think that people should also remember that really one phone call can make a difference. And I think that if you're able to contribute, an hour or two, or 1 or 2 of your skills, that is in your kind of capacity, it really is valuable and invaluable to the work that we do.
Great answer.
Those kind of phone calls or emails or texts or letters, we always think of like making a difference in a larger numerical sense, like could we win an election, but the making of a difference can be actually just in that human moment of like, somebody called me because they care about something, and person X is at a certain point in their life, and they're just like, that call somehow struck me in this way, right? Or a letter just arrives to a person who's like, maybe I do matter as a citizen or something, right? Yeah.
I mean, I would say, just on a personal note, that when I was laid off, I will remember all those folks who directly reached out to me, or who gave me some money because they knew that I would need it and I was moving, or who gave me, moving boxes. You remember those things because those are moments that you weren't expecting those things, but you also kind of craved that kind of connection or that help, right? And so, people also, how often do people randomly call you and just want to have a conversation with you about what's going on in the world and just want to hear your thoughts, right? That's really rare, and I also think that hopefully people realize that that's a really valuable connection.
All right, what's one thing that you're hopeful about? It could be personal, it could be more cultural, societal, global, whatever, in the next, let's say, year.
I would say overall, you know, regardless of the outcome of the elections, I'm hopeful that people recognize that social justice should happen on a good day. That it doesn't happen because people were killed by the police, or we have a president who is apathetic and destructive. I really hope that people realize that it's really about these everyday conversations, these everyday commitments, the contributions that we do for our local communities. You know, we can start there, and it, you know, does feed into the larger kind of the country. But I really hope that people realize that it just makes the world better if we continue to do social justice, even when things appear to be productive and healthy and optimistic.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. This is I think he gets an A. I think this is an A for
you
this.
need an O for Ohio.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. Hey, we really appreciate you coming on board, Simon, in a very busy time in your life and a lot of change, to be part of this with Taz and with Shelby. There is work, and then there is like heart and values. Okay, and I think a lot of us have not done the work, but we bring heart and values, and that's why I reached out to you. All right.
Yeah.
So I didn't know like whether you'd done the work or not. It doesn't matter if you did, but I knew you'd show up. Right.
Yeah, because we're not. I mean, a bunch of organizations do this work. We're building a community so it lasts. Because what needs to happen is exactly what you said at in the last question, which is we can't just show up for 2020. If we get everything we want in this election, there's a lot of work to be done the year after, and we need empathy. We need people that build community across differences to continue this into the years to come. And
Totally.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
meeting with us. Good stuff. Great talk.